With everything going on with the fight coming up between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, I thought it would be a good idea to watch a video that was posted by GOAT about Mike Tyson beating guys up that have big muscles. This is basically Mike Tyson, a documentary about Mike Tyson kicking people's butt, and he beat up some monsters. Let's get right into this.
Knock him to sleep. I hope Don King's got room in his lap. I see myself knocking out Mike Tyson spectacularly.
Right.
Hook or crook, I'm going to win, and I'm going to knock him out, you know what I mean? And
This guy was confident.
He'd have to kill me to beat me that night, man. He'd have to murder me. I'm telling you. He'd have to, he'd have to kill me.
As a lion going against the zebra. And I'd have to agree.
Oh.
Showing that he's not afraid. Hanging on. Bruno's already tagged with the right hand. And down goes Bruno.
It took 2 seconds. That guy was down. Big
On
muscles.
February 25th,
Who cares?
1989, boxing fans saw a mega boxing fight in which
I'm pretty sure this is an AI voice, but who cares? Let's keep watching.
22-year-old boxing phenomenon Mike Tyson fought with a British boxer named Frank Bruno. That fight became one of the most
1989.
important sporting events of that year because in that evening, two real monsters came together in the ring. In the blue corner stood an Englishman, Frank Bruno, an unusually powerful fighter who, with his physique, looked more like a bodybuilder than a boxer.
Jesus.
With a height of 6'4", the Briton had a 6'10" arm span. The muscular athlete was also a formidable knockout artist. Out of his 32 victories in the ring, 31 times he completed the fight by knockout.
31 knockouts, 6'4". And Mike Tyson is short. I don't know how tall he is exactly, but he's not 6'4".
Of Chuck Gardner of Minneapolis tonight. One punch.
Mike Tyson in those days was just a machine. By the age of 22, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history by beating Trevor Berbick.
Trevor Berbick and Mike Tyson. Tyson goes to work right away.
Coming out of jail, beating the shit out of this guy.
Having taken possession of 3 more championship belts, the Brooklyn fighter became the king of the division. But it was at this moment when the fame that fell on his shoulders
Look at
do
the
much
quality.
more damage on him than his rivals. More and more Tyson began to appear in scandalous news, papers. Iron Mike in the blink of an eye changed his image of a hero to the villain, but this made him even more popular. However, despite of the reputation of his opponent, Giant Bruno was not frightening. He was sure that he would be able to break the Iron Mike.
I feel very confident. I've got the power, the timing. The time is right to beat him. It's peak time. I've been in with the guy and I feel confident about going in with the guy. He's just a human being like you. He's a human being. He wears shoes, he wears socks. And as I say, you keep on repeating it, I've been in with him and I know him. And I'm not going to get into that sort of like bandwagon like, oh, Tyson this, Iron Mike this, Iron that. You don't realise that the guy had a car crash, he damaged his hand, he broke up with his wife. All his mind is not on the game. On this fight, his mind not
That's BS, man. He's got one thing on his mind, and that's boxing, and you're going down, though. Like, this guy read him wrong on another level. Like, everything he's saying about Mike here is absolutely wrong. And I know this because when you're just mind and zoned into a sport, you're not thinking about anything else.
Audition for this fight, and I was confident before all this happened. And I think this is a peak time to beat a Mike Tyson, Harry. You know, I really do believe so.
All right, go give it your best, bro.
Okay, listen.
And so, on a hot evening in 1989, the fight between the two titans finally took place. Despite all the promises of Bruno before the match, the fight could end almost in the first seconds. Tyson literally rushed at an opponent who was not ready for such aggression, and as a result, Englishman on the floor.
He just takes him out within 20 seconds. Oh.
The first right hand that got him, he was down. He'll have to take the standing 8 count.
Oh.
But Frank was not going to give up, so quickly picking himself up, he was able to shake Tyson himself with a left side, which at that time could not be done by anyone.
Very slowly across the ring. He knows he's in with a boot.
Okay,
Tyson
okay.
gets nailed with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly as he attacks Bruno. Bruno continues to throw. Tyson was leaving, but he was caught by a shot by Frank Bruno. Tyson trying to fight back.
Okay.
Fortunately for Mike, the sound of bell literally saves him.
A bell ends round number 1, and the crowd loves it. So Bruno
Dude, I have goosebumps just watching this.
But, already starting from round 2, Bruno began to get tired. For this boxer, it was a common thing, because with such a muscle mass, it is very difficult to conduct long fights. Having sensed this, Iron Mike picked up the pace and took control of the fight. The Englishman had no choice but to clinch.
He's clinching to gain time, get his breath back.
These fights been so fast and so exciting, it's hard to do that. But a special hello to Chris Byram's into his advantage. But Tyson doesn't get frustrated. He just looks ahead of Mike Tyson. Left hook to the body. Tyson attacks with a left of his own. He catches Bruno with a nice...
Oh, yes.
Right hand catches Bruno.
Dude, those hooks, man. Right hook, left hook,
Now is when he's
uppercut,
gonna hang
left
on.
hook.
And he does. He has Bruno right now. Bruno trying to keep him off. And the bell ends round number 2. And your heart's almost with Frank in such magnificent shape. Big, vicious.
It sucks because when he's gonna fight Jake Paul, it's gonna be nothing like this.
Yeah, that it's a question of time before Mike catches him. Has some real was in his fight.
Rib
No
shots.
stage inside is going to get.
You never know. If you break a rib, you're done.
Hey, continue to fight after the bell. Tyson really has a look of.
A look of what? A look of death?
It looks like Bruno could be hurt a bit.
Keeps clinching him. I wasn't even born when this was going on.
Like a madman almost. Frank has got to start throwing that right hand.
Time flies, man.
Bruno is caught by a right hand and a left hook. Bruno comes back and catches Tyson. Right hand cut Bruno right in the forehead, followed up by
Is he gonna knock him out?
the style that Bruno is fighting here.
Oh,
Bruno
he
again
like
lets
jump hits.
uppercut comes that time. We're in the closing seconds now of round 4. The bell ends round number.
In the 5th round, Iron Mike, apparently tired of the opponent's endless clinches, decides to put an end to the fight by knocking out the opponent. And in the last seconds of the battle, his plan was fulfilled.
This place seats about 8,000 or 9,000 in there, no doubt. Bruno
Come
is
on,
cut
clinch
that
me,
time,
clinch me.
and Tyson knows it. Tyson trying to attack now to finish him off. Bruno has the
Keeps
wherewithal to
clinching.
hang on. The uppercut comes. Tyson gives him room to come off the ropes. Scores with the uppercut. Lands a big right hand. Bruno's in big trouble now.
Going down,
He's ready
man.
to go. He hits him with a right hand. Bruno trying to hang on as best he can. He's still in big trouble. The uppercut catches him. The right hand catches him. He's really being hit now. Blood coming from the nose. His eyes are puffy. Tyson is punishing Frank Bruno right now.
Wait, why are you clinching downwards? You're gonna get uppercut, no?
Is get down to his knee and take an 8 count instead of letting this guy nail him with a flush right hand. This is round 5. Remember, a fighter cannot be saved by the bell as the big right hand lands. Tyson knows he's got him in
Yeah,
big
body
trouble.
shots, head
He does
shots,
an
body
answer.
shots, head.
Richard
You're
Steele
done,
has
boys.
moved in and has stopped the fight.
But we must give credit to Frank Bruno, who despite the monstrous damage managed to resist the fight on his feet at the moment
Yeah,
when the
probably got
referee
brain
was
damage.
stopping the fight. After this brutal beating in an interview, Iron Mike expressed his respect for his opponent, but like always by not forgetting to praise himself.
Mike, another one on your belt, another notch. Was this harder than you anticipated?
No, not at all, because I knew that he was going to come up, he was talking, and the way he was talking, I knew he was hyped. He was ready to go. And I knew I was the best fighter in the world. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Good guy, bro. And I'm just convinced, you know what I mean? These fellas, I didn't challenge me with their somewhat primitive skills.
He's not a
They're
big guy.
definitely dead.
He's just like
After
he's
losing to
one
Mike
big
Tyson,
rock.
Bruno will continue his career and have many more big fights, including the legendary battle with Lennox Lewis, where Frank surprisingly had a decent fight with the future boxing king. On September 2nd, 1995, the Englishman met with Oliver McCall. At that time, the WBC world champion, and defeated him. In that evening, all England rejoiced.
Where's Tyson in 95? Holding the belt? So where's Tyson here? Retired? I don't know.
Tyson's fate after meeting with Bruno in 1989 did not work out so well. 12 months later, Iron Mike will suffer a sensational defeat from Buster Douglas, once and for all, breaking the myth of his invincibility.
Really? It's hard to watch him
Until
fall.
1991, he will fought 4 hard fights, especially with Donovan Ruddock.
Jesus.
Next, he will go to prison for 4 years on rape charges.
Oh, so
Mike
he
Tyson
wasn't
will
in
return
prison.
from prison as a completely different person. Return to the ring after prison happened in 1995 against Peter McNeely, whom Tyson cleans up without any problems.
Yeah, this guy. So, okay, I got the story wrong.
After, the victim of our hero was a fighter named Buster Mathis. Tyson's return from prison only added to his popularity. His fights drew millions of viewers around the world, but for full effect, the title was needed, which at that time was owned by Tyson's old friend, Frank Bruno, and the revenge between the two fighters was
Really?
not long in
Man,
coming.
this story's sick.
If before the first fight, the boxers were on a relatively friendly wave, then this time everything changed. Bruno no longer hid his negative feelings towards the opponent. Tyson was just as determined.
I'm gonna rock him to sleep. I hope Don King's got room in his lap.
It's interesting that Mr. Bruno's talking very brave and courageous, but we'll see.
See myself knocking out Mike Tyson spectacularly, knocking him out.
I will knock him out.
There's no way he just has to come straight at me all the time. Straight at me. He cannot beat me that night. He cannot. I refuse to be beaten. I refuse to be hurt.
Again.
Hook or crook, I'm going to win and I'm going to knock him out, you know what I mean? I've been away for too long. I've waited about 16 years to get in this position where I am, you know what I mean? And boy, he'd have to kill me to beat me that night, man. He'd have to murder me. I'm telling you.
He said the same thing the first time.
That was the end. I just don't see him laughing with me. I'll be in just tremendous shape. I'll be in tremendous focus, and I'm going to be throwing punches with bad intentions.
With bad
So,
intentions.
On March 16th, 1996, the fighters finally met in the ring.
I was 6 years old. Finally,
But
I'm
as
born.
in the first time and in the second, the muscles against Tyson did not help him.
So there's a balance between too big and athletic.
Iron
Reach
Mike, already
advantage,
at the
bro.
very
Who gives
beginning
a
of the
shit?
battle, brought down all the rage on the opponent who was saved in the clinches.
Dodge, dodge, hook, hook, body shots, uppercut.
Every time he comes in, he's an hold. He's not going to let Mike do what Mike wants to do on the inside. Hey, straight right.
Keeps clinching him though. When do you see Mike clinching? Okay, there's a clinch.
He said he'll try to. He's learned to hold on.
I wish I could have seen this, man.
He is very strong.
I was still learning how to pee.
On Mike's side, he's not bobbing and weaving like he has, and it's coming in pretty straight up.
Tyson's people wanted to bob and roll, be less of a target attack from the angles, and he is on.
That's the first one he felt the steam.
So he became a better fighter after jail, which is what everyone was saying. I just thought it was before his career started. This is peak Mike Tyson right here. So when does he bite somebody?
You can't fix it, Jin.
Jesus.
Mike Tyson, but Bruno comes forward. 7 seconds to go. Mills Lane trying to take control, and Tyson just loading up.
Did you guys see the simulation of Mike and Jake Paul where he just knocks him out in one punch? It's on my channel if you want to go check it out.
Just waiting for an avalanche, I guarantee you.
Oh, a left hook by Mike Tyson, flush on the face of Frank Bruno. Another left, and a combination by Tyson. Halfway through the second.
This guy's got, you know, he's got endurance to take these hits. It's one thing to give hits, but it's another thing to take hits. I do some martial arts, and when I get knocked, man, it knocks you. You get stunned, and you learn how to deal with that.
But it could not go on for so long. In the third round, Tyson runs a powerful combination that shock Bruno, and the referee rescues the boxer from beating again.
A pinch heavier, but I think he's a little more patient.
Why?
A little more disciplined. expected. He said he's not looking.
A lot of speculation about the refs taking over, right? He's done. That's game. We're not going to see this kind of...
As a result, after 6 years, Mike Tyson became the world champion for the second time.
Cut him open with boxing
and the boxing
gloves.
world gets the main character, the villain, in one person.
Dang.
After a while,
Dang.
people began to realize that this performance was probably one of the last performances of Tyson in which he resembled himself of the past. Nevertheless, events in the life of our hero changed him forever, but we'll talk about it somehow another time.
Comes up, another hook and right hand. You'll see him rip the uppercut. There's one angle. Bruno is out, and now it's just a matter of pummeling and finishing the job.
This is crazy.
Part of the problem with Frank Bruno's strategy there was when he came in with one punch possible, not totally, committed. And I mean, no offense to any fighter. It is more honorable to get knocked out in 1, 2, or 3 rounds. Fighting hard and putting yourself in a position to win.
He doesn't even look damaged. Like the other guy's got like a cut eyebrow. Mike Tyson's just there like crazy. Good video by Goat. Subscribe to them if you haven't already. I think this whole video was done by AI, but still very entertaining. I'm Joey. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace out.